Hi there, good to see you. I'm out in the Hunua Ranges for an overnight camp. I'm going to cook up some sweet and sour pork and vegetables on my Trangia, and we're just going to have a nice camp. It's an easy walk in, straight down the access roads, a nice cleared area to camp, and yeah, just a pleasant place to spend the night basically. So first up, the Neo Air Thermarest. Cedar Summit pillow, and finally Enlightened Equipment quilt. So I do like a quilt, so much nicer to sleep in than a sleeping bag. Time to have some dinner, I guess, so we'll start with the Trangia. So what we're going to have tonight is sweet and sour pork. We're going to put it on rice, we're going to have a few vegetables and just do a bit of a stir fry. I think it'll be quite nice actually. So we'll start off by doing the rice, I think. It's the first thing. So we'll just splash of water in there, and that can go on there, and that can wait till it starts to boil. So I want to have a few veggies with this, so I chopped some up earlier, and what we want to do is just steam those. So we'll stick those in there for not very long. I still like them a bit crunchy, so we'll stick those in there for I don't know, maybe 5 minutes of steaming, and we'll see how they go. While we're waiting, we'll just chop up one of these onions. Don't need to get too carried away. Fairly agricultural is all we need. Yeah, so we don't need to be too worried about those. They're looking pretty good actually. Actually, that looks pretty much all right. I don't want them I just want them sort of half cooked, because I'm going to fry them off in a minute. So we'll just, yeah, they're looking pretty good. I think I'll use the same water to heat up the rice. So the rice has been, it's pre-cooked. It's just, it's pretty simple stuff. It's just instant rice that you get from the supermarket, so really only needs to be heated up. So we'll put that in there, give it a bit of a so we really just want to heat that through. So there we go. Give it a splash of water, and as I said, we're only really looking at heating that through. I'll pour off the excess water once it heats up. Let's have a look, see what that's looking like. It's looking pretty good now, isn't it? Let it go for just a bit longer. Do with heating up, just heat it through. So I think that's about right. It's warm enough now, it's heated through. So we'll just put the lid on it and set it down there, and get the sweet and sour pork going. Alright, seems hot enough, doesn't need to be too mad. So a little bit of oil. And start with those onions, I think. I'll just let them do their thing for a while. Like my onions quite crunchy, quite crispy, crunchy. So I'm not going to overdo them. But as with all of these stoves, they have a hot spot in the middle, so you need to keep a close eye on things because you don't want them burning. Yeah, something nice about smelling frying onions, I don't know. It's just got a good smell about it. Wait till I put the pork in there though, it should be alright then. Probably should have cut them, a couple of them a bit smaller, but doesn't really matter. We're out in the back country, we're not here doing something that looks good, we only want it to taste good. It's the most important thing, the taste. And this does taste good, I have to say. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? So they're pretty much done. So what I've got here is just some pork. It's a little bit of pork belly actually, just no bone, or very little fat. So it's a cheap cut of meat, cheap cut of pork, and away we go. As you can see, I left a bit of the fat on. Might not be a good idea, but I like a bit of pork fat, so the fat's still on, but that's all right. It'll cook up, caramelize up, tastes nice. Could probably put the simmering on to regulate the heat, but it's easier just to do it like this. Wow, it's been overcast all afternoon. The sun's just decided to come out. That's fine. Better than rain, isn't it? So what we'll do about now is we'll put our vegetables in. Let them just heat through, I think. So what we've got here is a little bit of sweet and sour sauce. So we've got ginger, garlic, vinegar, a little bit of soy sauce and salt and pepper obviously, and a few other bits and pieces. And so we're going to put that through now. So given how much sugar and everything is in there, I'm actually going to put the simmering on. I don't want it too hot. So we're just going to put the simmering on, and then we'll pour this in there. Oh man, you can taste the vinegar in there. So really all I want to do here is just mix it all through, get it all nicely coated. Just going to heat that through now. So in goes some pineapple. Mix that through as well. Oh man, you can smell that. That just smells so good. Man, that smells good. We might also just add a few cashews, I think. Got most of them on the ground there, but just sprinkle a few cashews in there. You can see my idea of views, quite a few, but yeah, what the hell. So we'll grab the rice in here. So this is just the chopping board lid, and it's got a strainer on it. But I think all the water, yeah, it's all gone. So our rice is ready. Wow, that sun's really got bright now, hasn't it? Oh well. How are we looking with this? It's pretty good, isn't it? What do you think? Does that look okay? So what we're going to do is take the rice and we'll just plate the rice up. Tell you the truth, I was a bit worried that there wasn't going to be enough rice. It said rice for two, but you know how packets of food don't really work like that for guys. Let's have a taste, shall we? Oh, that's good stuff. How's that? Check that out. It's pretty bloody good, isn't it? This is a nice spot, this. So we're in the Hunua Ranges, one of my favourite spots to camp. So if you just want to come out and get away from everybody and just have a nice camp, peaceful place. If you actually want to go in the bush, there's plenty of places around here that you can camp in the bush. I like being in the clearing, but you can do a bush camp just as easy if you wanted to. So the plan is to try one of these. This is a pudding which I found in the supermarket. So you're supposed to just boil it up for 5 minutes or so, and you should get a very nice pudding. So we're going to give it a try. We're going to see what happens. I don't know, that looks about right to me. So the idea is that you put a couple of little holes in the top, let the steam out, and boil her up for a while. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Well, naturally you forget something, so I forgot my custard. So I'm going to have a steamed pudding with no custard. Well, this is very nice. I think we've got a winner here, that's for sure. But talk about roughing it. I mean, a steamed sticky date pudding, but no custard. It's just not right, is it? Have to sort that out better for next time, I think. That is really nice. Well, very peaceful tonight. There's hardly a sound out there. There's virtually no wind. The wind's died away. I think it's going to be a clear, fresh night. So it might actually be a bit cold, but I shall be fine in here. No big deal. So unless something happens that you should know about, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It's dawned very cold this morning, but very clear. It was a beautiful night last night, slept really well. But heavy frost overnight, or heavy dew. So everything, all the whole ground's wet and everything else, but I was perfectly dry in my tent. That is one really good tent, I have to say. Kept me perfectly dry. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for the tent. So morning cup of tea, and then we'll see about getting some breakfast, and we'll be on our way. Got to have an Earl Grey in the morning, don't you? So here it is, there's breakfast. It's just a mixture of noodles and a couple of boiled eggs. So plenty of protein and very tasty. It's been a nice camp here actually. It's a good spot. Lower Mangatafari camping ground. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you've seen the walk in. It's a couple of hours walk in, nothing too strenuous, but a really nice place to camp. It's very peaceful, it's very quiet, and well worth the walk in, and nice spot. You end up with a couple of camping tables like this, or picnic tables that you can use, and generally just a good spot. Kettle on again, so we'll have another brew, and then we'll get packed up and get a move on. Well, I'm sure you know how this works by now. There it is behind me, just a little bit of flattened grass, nothing more than that. So it's the old saying, leave no trace. If you pack it in with you, pack it out with you. Don't leave your rubbish around, clean up after you, and away we go. So there we go, leave no trace. Great little camping spot. Let's carry on, shall we? If you like a bit of cooking on the Trangia and enjoyed my sweet and sour pork, have a look at that video up there. You'll see me cook up a teriyaki steak on the Trangia. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.